Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And today I've got a story time for you, my first story time to tell you ever. So I hope you guys enjoy this story time, and here we go. So this takes place in my sophomore year of high school. I think it was the second or third month in, and there was like a movie night of some sort. So I went with a bunch of friends, but me being the dumb person I am, I went out for a minute. I don't know what it was for. I think it might have been to call Dylan or something. But nonetheless, I went outside to the south entrance, I believe, and I met up with an old friend that wasn't a good friend, but like still, it was more of an acquaintance at this point. But we were friends in like 7th grade or something, but she just wasn't a good person at all. But me being the stupid person I am, she's like, hey, I need to run to Walmart, which Walmart was right across the street from our high school. So I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. So we walk over there, we get everything we need, everything's completely fine, completely good. Now, here's how it's laid out. So there's the high school, then McDonald's and Walmart share a parking lot, and then there's Walmart. So as we were walking back, we were passing McDonald's, and she said, hey, can you just wait here with me for 1 second? Like, it was by the McDonald's kind of, and I was like, yeah, sure, for like, okay, thinking nothing of it because I'm dumb. So, she keeps being on the phone with people, but she's super like secretive about it. Like, she doesn't want me to know what's going on. Obviously, again, I think nothing of it. So all of a sudden, this truck pulls up, blaring music with, I think 4 people in the bed of the truck. And this wasn't like a nice truck or anything. This was like a junker truck. So it comes like whipping into the parking lot, and I soon realized that it is there for this girl. I'm not gonna say her name because that's rude. I don't want to disclose anything, but hey. Anyways, but this girl, we should name her something. Her name is Sam, okay? Sam. So I quickly realized that they are there for Sam. And we're all hanging out. I'm kind of just like, still pretty hesitant, but I'm just like, okay, I need to chill out. They probably don't want anything. And man, was I wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Also, I don't know how I feel about this white shirt because I don't wear white ever. So like, let me know what you think in the comments. But anyways, back to the story. Wow, I am so good at having tangents. Here we go. They're there for Sam, and I just keep trying to warm up, sing like how they are, what they're about, You could just tell they weren't good people at all. Okay, so as I'm hanging out with them for a minute, and I was like, hey, I should probably get back to school, and they're like, yeah, just wait for a minute, we'll take you back, I was like, no, it's okay, I can walk. They're like, okay, well, just wait a minute, we'll hang out for a minute longer. I was like, okay, again, being dumb. So they offer me a Monster, and at that time in life, Monster was my favorite drink, and it was one of the white ones, so I was just like, yeah, for sure. And they're like, and one of the guys that was in the back said, okay, let me get it for you. Again, very stupid. But he got it for me and whatever, and then when he handed it to me, I realized that the seal was broken. Like, he had already opened it, and I was like, maybe he was just being nice, maybe he took a sip, I don't know. But I continued to drink the entire thing without even having a second thought. And goodness. After a while, I start not feeling so great, and like my vision keeps going like this, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, I guess I'm just not feeling good or something. I don't know what's going on. So again, my vision just keeps going like this and being like a little wobbly and stuff. And then I kind of just like so out of it at that point, but I still remember everything that happened. So that's that. I just remember we got into the guy's truck. We got into the guy's truck, and he drove us around just blaring music. I could not, like, something that's really ingrained in my mind was how loud the music was, and it was just pounding. and my head hurt so bad. But again, I was just so foggy, I didn't realize that anything was like really happening. But they loaded me up into the truck after I was like a little bit more floppy and my body was all noodly. Because obviously, what else do you do besides get, because what else do you do? So I was just in the back of this truck and they were just driving around. I have no idea where we went, what we did. But I know that they didn't touch me at all, and that's like kind of very vivid, but they didn't do anything to me, but I do believe that their intentions were not good for me later. But I was not having it. Anytime someone got close to me, I'd start freaking out and grabbing at my hair and just pulling it and like start screaming. Because I didn't know what was happening to me. I just knew that I was not feeling good. My head was not on straight. Something happened. And it didn't click for me at that point because obviously you're such in a fog. But they keep driving around and then they stop somewhere and they turn around and they say, hey, look at us. And then they shine their light into my eyes because it was nighttime at that point. But they shined their phone light into my eyes to see if my pupils were dilated. And they said, the one turned to the other and said, dude, it worked. Just take that in for a moment. At that point I was like, okay, they did something to me that was not good. But still at that point I was just so out of it and I didn't know what to do. So they just keep driving around and I just shriek and I'm like, stop, I want to get out. I don't want to be here anymore. So they said, no, like it's fine. We'll drive you back to the school at like, da, da, da. I was like, no, let me out. So they let me out of the car. And I was wandering around the neighborhood that we were in for about an hour and a half. So that was a thing. And I just didn't know what to do. So I called Dylan and I was just like, hey, I don't know what happened. And he could tell that I was slurring my words and things weren't right. And he was up in Salt Lake at a Real game. And that was the night his dad found out that we were dating because I was roofied. At that point, they thought I was drunk, but you would have been able to taste something in the Monster if it was alcohol, but it wasn't, so they had to drop something in there. So they were up in Salt Lake. They almost came home to kind of find out where I was and make sure I was good, but he was calling everybody to try and find me a ride home, try and find me in and of myself, because I didn't know where I was. From some grace of God, I found my way back to the school and I was wandering around. I go into the gym where they were having the movie and I find one of my really good friends and he was on a date actually. So, Keaton, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry, but he was on a date and I go up to him and I just start bawling and I could not like handle my crap. Like it was just not a good day because something was off and you know, XYZ. So I catched a ride home with somebody else that I didn't even come with. And I got home safe, luckily, but it was a super scary situation and I had told Sam that I was with earlier in the night, whose friends roofied me, drugged me, whatever you want to call it. I have no idea what was in there, but all I know that it was not, I was not sober at any point of that night after they gave me the Monster. So, after I had told her about that later, I was just like, hey, they did something, it's not good, I really don't think you should hang out with these people. She's like, oh, just take it as a joke, like, it's a joke, it's so funny, isn't it? And I was like, come again? What did you say? It was a joke? So, needless to say, me and her were not friends at all after that. So, yeah, that was the story of the time I got roofied. Luckily, everything turned out to be okay and fine, and I was not harmed. Besides whatever they put in me, I don't know, still to this day, but more of the story, get your own drinks, make sure they're sealed if someone brings them to you, don't go out with dumb people, be safe, don't be dumb. Anyways, that's my story. Love you, see you, bye.